just have a really good job. Think about how you can use your position to effect change. And those of you, and those of us who are oppressed too, think about how we get our voice heard. For me, I use poetry to get my voice heard, to reflect the life and the times that I live in. And I urge every single one of you today in the crowd, think about how to cultivate your own voice, how to use your position of power to effect change. Do not leave it to the MPs over there. It's in your own hands.
I'm gonna admit it, I'm kind of giddy with excitement to introduce our next speaker. She's an activist, she's a Council of Europe Goodwill Ambassador, and she is undeniably an absolute icon. Give it up for being...
I'm here, very excited to be with all of you. And I'm here because I feel that it is important that we send a clear message to Donald Trump. We don't want you here. We don't want a man who thinks that women are inferior to men. We don't want someone that says that the press is the enemy of the people. We don't want a leader that takes and disrespects the judicial in America, who attack people because of their religion. Someone who one day tells you one thing and the next day contradicts what he said. Someone who has no notion of the truth. I'm here to ask Theresa May, what are the common grounds that you have with this man? What are the common grounds that you have with a man that says that he endorsed torture? How can the Prime Minister want to have Donald Trump be a guest of honor at this country? Have we forgotten what happened with Mr. Chamberlain? Are we welcoming fascism? Are we welcoming racism? Are we welcoming misogyny in this country? Do we have no more shame? Does Theresa May doesn't understand that we don't share the same values with Donald Trump? That we don't want Donald Trump to come to our country? That we want Donald Trump to stay away? That we want to say no to racism, no to fascism, no to misogyny, no to Donald Trump? No, no, we don't want you here. No, we don't want you
here. Our next speaker is from the Syria Solidarity Campaign, Mohammed Atiq. Let's hear from Mohammed Atiq.
Hello everyone. Thank you very much for coming here and showing your solidarity and standing up to Trump and Trumpism. This demonstration is not only about Trump, who's a racist, sexist, misogynist, xenophobic person. This demonstration is about the policies he promotes. It's about the fear-mongering he survives on. It's about the racism, discrimination and hatred he is stirring. To stand up to Trump means to stand up to what he is preaching. It means to spread love, not hatred. It means to welcome people who need it. It means not to turn our backs on them. It means to fight for a just, fair, inclusive society for all people, and not to stand passively watching the principles of freedom, democracy and dignity for all human beings crumbling without doing anything. Unfortunately, there are many similarities between Trump's administration and the British government now towards immigration and refugees. Theresa May's government tried to ignore Dobbs' amendment to bring unaccompanied children into the UK. The good news is it passed today. However, the amendment no longer specifies how many unaccompanied children will be resettled into the UK. So this demonstration is about and is also against the divisive policies Theresa May is making, and she takes Trump as a role example. Drawing from a personal experience as a Syrian refugee myself, Trump has attacked refugees, Syrians, Muslims, women, minorities, immigrants, LGBTQ people, the disabled, journalists, environmentalists who are trying to save the world for future generations. So today we are here to show that this demo is bringing people from all walks of life together to stand up to Trump and to Trumpism. Thank you.
Our next speaker doesn't really need an introduction. She's one of the most powerful voices for justice. She's an active in the anti-war movement. It's Salma Yaqub.
Thank you, brothers and sisters, friends. I just want to say thank you to each and every person who's come out tonight. It's so important that we keep coming back. The media is saying, Theresa May is saying the state visit is going ahead, so what's the point of demonstrating? I'll tell you why. Because Theresa, you may be an appeaser, but we are not. And you know, when you read the history books and you saw the rise of Hitler, you saw the rise of Nazism and fascism, I used to think, how could that be? Why didn't people stand up against it? I'm sure that if we were around, we would. Well, now is our time. This is our test. And you have risen to the challenge by being here. And I want to ask each and every one of you, will you keep coming back? Yeah! Will you keep coming back? Yeah! Will you have the message in your own street? Yeah! At your workplace? Yeah! At the local schools? Yeah! In the hospitals? Yeah! At the university? Yeah! In the streets? Yeah! With your neighbours? Because our message is no to Trump, dump Trump, dump Trump, dump Trump, dump Trump, dump Trump. And you know, in this tragedy, there have been a few farcical moments, and I had to laugh when I heard that he may be coming to Birmingham instead of London because they thought they couldn't handle the protest in London. Will you come to Birmingham if he comes to Birmingham? You will be very welcome in Birmingham. We have one of the most diverse cities, the youngest city in Europe. And I say, welcome Trump, because we're going to show you what diversity looks like. We're going to show you what makes Britain great. It's this. It's the young, the old, women, men, gays, lesbians, people of faith, people of no faith. You will not divide us. As is a message of hope, and we are the buttress. We are the other superpower. We mobilized in a great anti-war movement, but that was just the beginning. This so-called war on terror, which has been a war of terror, terror started a long time ago. The dehumanization, the demonization of Muslims did not begin with Trump. We had Blair and Bush, and we've had successive governments. And that's why it's important that when they come for one, we stand all together. Now, they're coming for the immigrants. Now they're coming for gays and lesbians. Now they're coming for the environmentalists. And we're saying, we stand together. We stand together. We stand together. Stop Trump! Stop Trump! Thank you.
Thank you so much. Now, I want to see that kind of energy for our next speaker who needs very little in the way of introduction. One of the few MPs with genuine integrity, a fighter for those who don't have money, who weren't born the right gender or the right race. Please give it up for John McDonnell.
Let me just pass on a message from Jeremy Corbyn. The award of a state visit is usually an honour to a respected world leader. We make it absolutely clear there is no way Donald Trump deserves this honour, nor should be awarded to him. We are calling upon the government to withdraw the offer and make it absolutely clear there is no way this honour should be awarded to someone who's abused women, who's abused members of the Muslim faith, who's abused migrants, and to be frank as well, did not win the popular election in America. So we're here not just to say we do not want a state visit from Donald Trump. We're also here in solidarity with all those big measures that are being introduced by the Trump regime. And we want to say this to Theresa May as well. We will not stand by when you seek to sign a trade deal with Donald Trump, which opens up our NHS to privatisation by American companies, that undermines workers' rights and threatens our environmental protections. We will not become a colony of the Trump regime through these trade deals. So we stand in solidarity with all those people across the US now who are campaigning to uphold the traditions of that country, a country which over generations has actually welcomed refugees, opened their arms to migrants. Let me just say this finally as well. This coming Thursday, there is a by-election in Stoke where the equivalent of Trump is trying to get elected into Parliament. Not all. It is up to all of us now to ensure, yes, we ensure Trump does not stain this country with a state visit, but it's also us, we have a responsibility to tackle those that seek to divide us in this country as well, and that means defeating Nuttall and UKIP on Thursday in Stoke. Solidarity.
Thank you very much, John. Our next speaker is a good friend of mine, Murad Qureshi, who's the chair of Stop the War Coalition. Worked many years in the anti-racist movement together. Murad.
Thank you, Azad. Can I say, I'm here to stand up against Trump, the warmonger, along with all of you here. He wants to get rid of the nuclear deal with Iraq unilaterally, when the whole of the world has signed up to it through the UN. He wants to start a trade war with China when they've signed up to globalization for many decades. And finally, he wants to put that damn wall up along the Mexican border. That's an act of hostility, not just to the Mexicans, but the whole of Latin America. That's why we've got to dump Trump when he comes here to London. He also wants to increase military spending in America by £500 billion. And America is already the biggest military force in the world. We do not want this narcissist flaming economic nationalism as the commander-in-chief of the greatest military force in the world. That's why we've got to make sure that when he does come here, whichever city it is, he gets a reception that he's not going to forget. We've got to stand united to make sure that any city he comes to is at a total standstill when he passes through. And you're going to be there with me. He's also signed up to Islamophobia, and we're here with his Muslim travel ban. We're here to remind him that no Iraqi, no Iranian, no Syrian, no Yemeni, no one from Sudan or Somalia was involved in a 9/11 horrific attack against New York and any other terrorist attack since then on mainland Europe, mainland America. And finally, Theresa May is completely deluded if she thinks she's going to get a trade deal by rolling out the red carpet for a protectionist president. The vicar's daughter holding hands with Donald Trump will be an image that lives with us for a very, very long time and show her complete misjudgment of what a character he is. Thank you for listening to me, and don't Trump!
Right, we've got a treat for you next. We have got Holla Ford, the activist choir. But you will be required to sing along, I'm afraid. There will be lyrics on the screen, so let me hear you. Are you excited? Are you going to sing the fuck along? Yeah, alright. Give it up for Holla Ford.
Everybody, can you hear me? Yeah. So we are Holla Ford, the activist choir, and many of the singers here have never sung with us before. Can they hear? Yeah. Have never sung with us before. We just practiced at Victoria Station. So we're going to sing a wonderful social justice anthem, Something Inside So Strong. Yeah. Okay, lyrics, we need the lyrics up. What I want you to
two, yeah.
Okay, so hopefully the lyrics are up there. If you can't see them, log on to www.holler4.co.uk and the lyrics are writ large, okay? And I want you joining in with the chorus, and we just need to have a little run through now. So, just join in if you know it, and if you don't, learn it as we're singing. So it goes, something inside so strong, I know that I can make it, though you're doing me wrong. I want to hear everyone singing. Pride was gone, oh no, something inside so strong, oh, something inside so strong. Well, I need more of you singing, so I'm going to have to encourage you to sing, but I need my hands free, so can we just put this mic up on? I need... Okay, I'm going to try that. Okay. So, there's another bit that I want you to join in on, and it goes, away, 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 away. Sing that! Away, 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 away. Excellent. Okay, so we're going to get started. Hang on a sec. Can you raise the mic up, please? I can't get that. Okay, we're ready. Okay. Yes. Okay. Okay, Brian, dum dum.
Tell us.
Okay. 2, 3, 4. Everyone away. The higher you build your barrier, join in. So
the inside so strong.
Thank you all for singing. If anyone would like to join our activists choir, please log on to www.holla4.co.uk and we just pop up and sing. We're going to have some workshops in a couple of weeks. We've got a women's workshop for the song that became very popular at the Women's March Washington, I Can't Keep Quiet. Anyone know it? Yes, yeah. Bring your pussy hats. 2 weeks' time on a Saturday, and just log on for details. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. That was incredible. I'm not gonna lie, I was hoping for Bad and Bougie. I was under the impression Bad and Bougie was gonna get dropped. But, like, you know, next time. It gives me great pleasure to introduce our next speaker. She's an activist, a general badass, and I'm lucky enough to call her even a friend. So please give us a very warm welcome for Gracie May Bradley from Schools Against Borders for Children.
Hello everyone. So you'll have no idea who I am, but I'm essentially speaking tonight because I want to say that what is over there is already over here. Theresa May has been using children's school records in a bid to deport them and their families from the country. She is doing the same thing with people's medical records. This government has a stated policy to create a hostile environment for irregular migrants, and that affects every single one of us, not just those people without papers, but all of us whose families have been migrants, all of us who are black and minority ethnic, all of us who do not want to live in the kind of society where people are divided up by where they were or were not born. Donald Trump's executive order attempted to ban refugees from the country, but we have an asylum system that deters people from seeking sanctuary here. We have an asylum system that keeps people out of work on subsistence payments until they are eventually refused because the system is designed to reject them. Trump has been talking about a Muslim registry. People have been talking about internment camps. 30,000 people a year go through the UK's immigration detention centres. Survivors of rape, survivors of torture, survivors of trafficking. What is over there is already over here. But I hope that lots of you are here today not just to say that we don't want Donald Trump over here, but to say that we do not want state-sanctioned racism in this country at all. So I would ask you, protest is important, but organising is important too. And there are some groups that have been doing this work on the ground for a long time. Docs Not Cops are organising to make sure that health workers can deliver care and are not forced to act as border guards. Support them. Homes Not Borders are organising against the racist right to rent policy introduced by the last Immigration Act. Support them. The Anti-Raids Network is organising to struggle against the immigration raids that terror